remember. These are 3 words that my wife says to me at least 3 times a week. And I'll tell you right now, in all honesty, I seldom, if ever, remember what the hell she's talking about. And she says to me, you need to listen. You don't listen. You know how frustrating this is? You need to listen to me. You need to pay attention to me. You need to remember the things that we are discussing. Now you'd think, after being married for 20 years and hearing this for 20 years, that I would come to the conclusion that I need to listen. And I need to pay attention, and I need to remember the things that she discusses with me. Because she's right. She deserves it. She's a wonderful woman. But I decided I'm going to go in another direction. I decided that when she comes to me and she says, do you remember? I'm going to make up some crazy ass shit that never even happened. Now why would I do this? What point is there to this? Well, stick with me. So I got a chance to practice this on Sunday. She comes to me Sunday and she says, do you remember when I told you I ran into Amy about a week ago? And I'm staring at her. And I'm thinking, I remember you said the word I. But I'm not going to tell her this. I'm going to come up with some stupid ass shit and try to deflect this conversation. So I say, yeah, I remember. You met her in the bathroom and she peed on you. Now, that's pretty lame. I get it. Have you ever seen the show where you're not really sure whether you should clap? And so you hear one person clap and then you're like, oh, it's appropriate for me to clap. Well, my wife, she's a very busy woman. Sometimes things are rattling through her mind. So sometimes I like to give her a hint, a clue, that it would be appropriate for you to laugh at my joke. So I often will laugh at my own joke. So that's what I decided to do it this way. I'm laughing at my joke, and she looks at me, and she says, there was no bathroom in this story at all. Well, I'm committed now. I gotta see this thing through. So I say, well, where'd she pee on you? And she looks at me, and I start laughing and staring, and I say, this is damn funny. And she says, no, it's not. Now you see what I did here? Instead of us discussing how I never listen and I never remember, we're discussing how funny I am. There you go. So my wife, she's pretty awesome. She puts up with a lot of shit. When we first got married, I used to have crazy ass nightmares. Like all the stress that I would feel would manifest itself in a crazy freaking nightmare, almost nightmare. There was one night I was having this horrible nightmare that someone had kidnapped my 4-year-old son. And while I'm having this nightmare, my son is in his room, in his bed, and he's having his own nightmare. So we're having like father-son nightmares. Tell me we're not a fucked up family. So, he's having his nightmare, I'm having my nightmare that he's kidnapped. He wakes up, and he goes, Dad! I fucking wake up. It's pitch black. And I think I'm in the fucking house of the guy who kidnapped my son. I'm still in this nightmare. And I jump up, and my wife, she's laying there right in front of me. And I'm standing there. You remember Silence of the Lambs? Remember Jodie Foster? She's in the house, and she can't see anything. And she's like feeling around. So imagine a shorter, chubbier, less attractive, spiky haired Jodie Foster, and you pretty much got an idea of what's going on. So my wife's laying there, and I scream at the top of my lungs, Daddy! Now imagine if you're my wife. She wakes up not knowing what the fuck is going on. She kind of cowers, and my son yells out, Dad! And I'm thinking, shit. I gotta get to him. So I scream, where are you? And my wife's laying there and she goes, he's in his bed. Why are you screaming? My wife is probably the most empathetic person I've ever met. Like And she's got the biggest heart I've ever met out of anybody. She hates to see anybody suffer. Like it tears her up inside, okay? So one night, my teenage child and I, we had this argument. It was a very stressful argument. And it wasn't resolved. We didn't resolve anything. So I knew I was going to wake up the next day and I was going to have to deal with this. I was very stressed about this. So I'm going to bed and I have this nightmare that my wife comes into our bed and she's got this dead rat. And she's holding it by the tail and it's all cut up. It's just a disgusting thing you can imagine. And she gets in our bed and she holds it up to my face and she says, "Look what I found." And she puts this thing right in my face. And I wake up and I'm still in this freaking nightmare. I turn to her and I push her out of the bed. And I say, "What are you doing?" And I throw her out of the bed. Luckily, thank God, she didn't get hurt. She gets up and she says to me, "I'm sorry. What did I do?" As I'm writing these jokes down and I'm thinking of these stories, I'm just putting my hand up to my head. I'm thinking, my God, this woman is incredible. All the crap she's putting up with. So I grew up in South Minneapolis. Thank you. And I was probably the least supervised kid in Minneapolis. And one day when I was about 13, I go to my dad and I say, "Hey, Dad, I want to hitchhike up to the boundary waters and live off the land." Like I had this little .22 pistol and I had these visions that I was going to like hunt rabbit and squirrel and crap. Like I was going to be able to like a botanist and live off the land. Fish, right? And so my dad kind of looks at me and he goes, "Okay, well, who are you taking with you?" And I say, "Bobby Benson." Now, Bobby, he was the only kid my age who was as less supervised as I was. So I called Bobby and said, "Let's go. Dad, I'm not really asking for permission. Can you just give me a ride out of the city limits so I can hitchhike?" He takes us out of the city limits, put our thumb out in the air, and he's thinking, nobody's going to pick up these two idiots. Very first car pulls over and picks us up. It's these two hippie women, and they're stoned off their ass. And they pick us up, we throw our stuff in their car, and we start heading north. My dad turns around and goes home. He's thinking, they'll call me when they need me. So I'm in the car with these women named Bobby, and I say, "Yeah, we're going to stay at Taylor's Falls tonight." So we go to Taylor's Falls, we walk in, we don't have any money. So we have to like talk them into letting us stay there because it didn't occur to us that you had to pay to like camp anywhere. And we were hungry, it's starting to get dark. And we didn't have any firewood because you had to buy firewood. So all we could find was these little twigs. So we're trying to build this fire. We're trying to make this rice aroma. With this little fire we couldn't get going, and it's getting dark, so we can't collect wood. And we're getting pretty damn hungry. And over in the corner is this church building. And they're singing these church songs. And the pastor here has this really deep voice, these deep songs. And I'm thinking I could smell their hot dogs. They were like roasting hot dogs. I'm like, man, I want fucking hot dogs so bad. Like, just be patient. I'm gonna get a chance. I'm gonna have interaction with this guy. I'm gonna talk to this guy. He's gonna offer us some hot dogs. Well, Bobby is a chain smoker. He's kind of a smart-ass chain smoker. He's been a chain smoker since he was 9. And he's sitting there watching me fucking around with this fire trying to make this rice aroma. And he's smoking. And this pastor comes over. He says, "Hey, boys, what you making?" And Bobby leans back, takes a long drag. Shit. And the guy just walks off. And I pushed him, and I'm like, "What are you doing, man? That was our chance to eat." So that night we ate half-cooked rice-a-roni, and we went to bed very hungry. Next day, we hitchhike home. I see my dad as I'm walking in the house. He looks up at me, he says, "Michael, how's the boundary waters?" Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your time.